Cool stuff.
Hey everybody, it's Tuesday at the One Life team. How are we? It's almost like a new saying for me. Every single time I come on the show, it's like, how are we? I don't know what that is about the show, but it always just brings it out to me. And trust me, when I go out to anybody in the street, I don't go, how's your day, everybody in Torbay? How are we? It just seems to be the show. It seems to be a saying of mine. I've just developed it. I really don't know where it comes from. Someone actually did ask me today after coming off the show from Debbie Kelly last night, is that a saying of mine? And I thought, do you know what? Yeah, I think it's actually now, after I've looked back on all my rewinds over the past year, I've sat there and done the same thing at the beginning of every single show. So, yeah, how are we all? You know, I'm well. It's Tuesday, and I've just been asked by Parker and Jason, do I sleep? No, I don't. I don't sleep at all, but I have two great guests on the show. It seems to be a double up show this week. Everybody seems to be bringing a guest. Okay, so tonight's show is the amazing Parker Thomas and also Jason Davis as well. And we're going to be finding out from these two what they've been up to in the music industry over the past, what we said between me and Parker. Me and Parker cannot believe it's a year since we last spoke. Where has the year gone? It's gone completely flown by. Okay, but we're going to be finding out what Parker's been up to over the last year or so. And we're also going to be finding out what their new projects are for this year as a duo. Okay, so One Life, everybody. We put on the show every day this week. It's been a busy week since Sunday. Not had a day off. Oh, my God. Seriously, no wonder I've got bags under my eyes. What have I got to bring you from the One Life team from last night? Well, radio, we are still wanting your songs in. We are wanting you to send as many songs to us, and that only applies to those who are signed up to One Life. If you're not signed up to One Life, then you need to sign up and you need to have a podcast and you need to come and send your music in, because please send it. We want to get your music over to the whole of the world. And apparently, South Devon Radio is gone posh. They're DAB, which I think is digital basically. But that does mean that the sound quality is better and it's not pirate on a boat somewhere, even though we're in Torbay. Okay, so you will be able to have your music wide world to everyone else, okay? Debbie Kelly was on the show last night, and Debbie set us a bit of a challenge, and I thought I'd bring that to you tonight as well. So Debbie, I don't know if anybody knows Debbie Kelly, but she is a very famous country independent artist in America. And a little Dickie Bird tells me that she is cousin to Patsy Cline, and also wants to sing in the Grand Ole Opera. And she is giving up her time in the Academy to you for free. Yep, I said it, for free. For one more week only. All of our tutors are open for the Academy, but only one more week, okay? And then we go on to paid services, okay? So if you want some time with Patsy Cline's cousin, it sounds weird every single time I say it, then write into the show and we will get it sorted out for you. So if you're a budding country star, you really want to break into the music industry, whether you've just started out or whether you just want to improve, please come and see us after the show and we get that sorted out for you. We've also got the Autism Speaks charity that we are supporting for the month of June. All of our artists, I think I've got roughly about 12 artists left this month, are supporting you at Autism Speaks, and we welcome all of the support that you give to all of our families in America and all the work that you do. We will keep educating everybody on Autism Speaks by going through your YouTube library. Please do not, put us up for copyright or tell us off. We're there to support you, okay? So we're going to go through your YouTube and share some of the amazing things that you do at Autism Speaks, and hopefully along the way, raise a bit of money for you. And just a quick update, in a matter of 3 days, Autism Speaks, we have raised nearly £100 already. How's that? I really don't know. But I saw the donations come in from Debbie and her friend yesterday. And Dory, it'll get there in the end. From Dory, were donating last night. They donated $40 into it. So their $40 and mine and Miranda's and Vanessa's, nearly $100 is going into that account. So thank you, Seems on Tuesday. We are sending that money through to you. So should we get on with the show, everyone? As Parker just leaves to go and get himself a coffee. I love live. I love live because we just absolutely queen people when they leave the studio. It's normally someone outside basically making a load of noise and we get to embarrass them. Or sometimes, like it did for an artist the other day, they dropped the iPad on their head. Great live. Absolute
Right
great
in
live. So let's get to you two before we get to Autism Speaks, okay, and let the world know a bit more about them, okay? So I'm going to start off with Parker. It's been a year since we've been together. That means that obviously a lot of my audience are not going to remember that much about you unless they've gone to your music and they know about your music. But those who don't know about you, do you want to tell them a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm a songwriter out of North Carolina over here in America. Um, you know, just music's kind of my whole thing, my whole life these days. I've been working with this gentleman a lot on writing an album, and I'd say we're about 60% through. Working on some stuff today here at the Helter Shelter Studios that we're in Valdez, North Carolina.
Where did you come up with the name How to Shelter Studios? Was that
There
Was
you
that
got ask.
Thomas? It was. Come on, where's that name? How to say? Because we all have our names for our studios, but where did that one come from?
Well, guy that used to write with me at the previous. This is actually the Helter Shelter 2 that we're in at the first location. Uh, we just had this Rolling Stone poster that we stole from a showing of "Give Me Shelter" that was like they rebroadcasted or whatever, and the guy decided to take that with him as a souvenir. So that has always been. So we would always refer to it as the Shelter, which was kind of just the go-to name. And yeah, Beatles fans, so we just morphed it a little bit, and there you go.
You know, Parker, you were, when you come onto the show last time, your influences of music you were talking about Johnny Prime, Johnny Cash. Over this last year, has that changed? Have you got anyone else who's inspired you with your music and your story writing, or have you still kept that same style of music over this past year?
I'm always adding stuff. I mean, I've gotten a lot more into bluegrass over the last couple years. Billy Strings. I mean, I can't play anywhere near that, but his songwriting specifically, Sturgill Simpson, Tyler Childers, stuff like that, and the Grateful Dead, of course. Yeah, actually, they say everybody has their time where they get into the Grateful Dead, and mine was about a year ago, and I never disliked it, but I've really gotten into it the last year or so. Good call, because they've actually been creeping in there a lot because they're so versatile, and I like to be versatile, so it's like it's a good gauge of how to deliver versatility.
Yeah.
I think for musicians, I think it has to change. I think when you talk to artists, even if it's recording artists, the change of music is because of what's expected of us. Whether you're a DJ who goes out and plays DJ music, if you keep your same sets every single time you go out, you're going to end up boring the crowd. If for a music artist as well, it's very much the same. We're not just changing, our song styles was changing the way we write songs just to keep people interested and coming back. And I think, it being a year, having such a quick change in a year, that's quite a lot. When you go out and you play this new type of music into sort of the festivals that you've been going to, which I've seen quite a lot, and pubs and things like that, are people appreciating your new music that you bring into them?
Yeah, absolutely. Every you got to read the crowd, and just to your point, keeping it different, you bore yourself too if you if you just keep the same sets and the same style all the time. But it definitely makes it more fun, especially like I host a jam night every Monday, like an open jam, so it really kind of helps give everybody an opportunity to play, because if you're just playing country, some people don't enjoy playing country, so mixing it up is definitely always good.
And I was quite surprised with Debbie Kelly last night on last night's show in terms of her relationship with Dory, how they created such an amazing song. Yes, it's a cover, but the way they done it, they had sounded as though they'd been singing together for years. But this all came from a karaoke. You know, they met each other down at Debbie's karaoke night, and they basically just said, you know what, we've sung a song tonight, so we do a collaboration together. Now that collaboration has become a project, you know, and I think we don't appreciate as indie artists enough about going back to our roots when we first started out, that we would go to a karaoke, we would go to an open mic, you know, to, you know, improve our craft before we went and done the big stages and things like that. And you know, you are one of these artists who do that. You do go to the open mics, you know, you do run particular like songwriting groups and things like that, and it's something you really enjoy, you know. So on your travels over the last year or so, has that helped you improve as, you know, a singer-songwriter, or has that helped you collaborate with others that you thought, actually, I would really love to sing with that person?
Yeah, I mean, both of those things, you know, they honestly, you know, a different. I like a lot of stand up comedy and stuff, and I kind of got jealous of the way that they get to constantly go to all these open mics and work on craft and collaborate and stuff. So, you know, I wanted to create that own environment for myself because they're hard to find all the time. But also, you know, just to your point, it's a place to get to work on it before the stage. You know, it's like it's really important to do that, and you get to play with other people, and maybe you pick up, maybe the rhythm's a little different, maybe there's a couple different riffs that somebody else does, or just plays a different voicing of a chord that you didn't think about. You know, it just like anything, it helps to have outside ears and eyes on stuff.
One thing I've noticed that Parker does is he really seems to want to form a community around it, and he seems to really enjoy allowing people who maybe have not been out, or this is their first time, you know, and it gives them a venue to go do that. I think that's important to him, and you know, it means something to people. You can see, you know, that it was a very special night for them. So that's part of that. So it works both ways, I think. You know, can't speak for him, but I've seen him do that.
I think it's really good, and I think what the way the academy come about is we have seen a bigger amount of support from our musicians back into the community, whether that's where the way they write their words and how they support a charity or whatever. But I have seen an increase in musicians saying, do you know what, we need to get back in to the music art, because actually we need the music art to continue. You know, last month we'd done a show for the whole month on music venues, because basically we're seeing a decrease in music venues. You know, but I think I've seen a collaboration of artists now who actually do it because they enjoy it. They enjoy giving back to the music industry. They enjoy giving back to others, you know, and the songwriting groups that you do and the open mic nights that you do is absolutely amazing, fantastic, because actually whatever stage of the career we're at, whether you are signed up to a record label or you're an independent artist, always working with another, you always come up with something new. You know, whether that's a new producer, whether that's a new singing partner, you know, or whether it's someone who just actually thinks, you know what, that guitar riff was amazing, I'm going to use that in my next song. You know, there's always something that actually makes you want to like collaborate with others, and it's a good time and a good place we're at the moment.
Yeah, and honestly, not just me. I see other artists like talking and exchanging numbers, and I don't host it by myself. I host it with my drummer Devontae Thomas and my keyboard player Austin Arditi. But you know, of course, they play with other people. It gives them opportunities to, you know, fill in gigs that we don't get to play together. Sometimes I'm playing at a smaller venue that doesn't need bigger stuff. You know, last night we had Christina Eagle, who was on The Voice last season and finished in the top 8, just show up and start.
Wow.
Singing.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was great. But community. We don't have anything if we don't have community, right? Then
No, definitely not. I think
I heard a
community is so big.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say I heard a quote last week that I thought was worth stealing. It's like, and again, it was in reference to comedy, but I think it applies to music where, we're out for ourselves, but we're in it together.
Definitely. I like that. I like that. We are in it together. I'll tell you what, we're in it together for the rest of the night. All of us who have joined us. I just want to say a hi to Jay Luke. You are lurking around. Come and say hi to us, Jay. I haven't spoken to you for ages. So Jay Luke, if you remember, is one of our amazing rock artists from the International Singer-Songwriters Association. I nearly got my teeth in then. But Jay, if you're around, come and say hi. Come and put a little message in the comments for you. You haven't given us a bit of a like, so I hope you're well. And all those who are watching tonight's show on Facebook, YouTube, and X, please come and give us some comments or ask Jason or Parker some questions about how they're getting on this year, and we'll find out a bit about them. What we're going to do next, everybody, is we're going to play some of the music from Parker, and we're going to find out how this sounds any different to what it did last year, okay? And I'm sure it's improved, and I'm sure it's absolutely amazing. And to be honest, I always find your music amazing anyway. But these tracks that you've sent me are absolutely fantastic. But we need to get some stories behind them. So let's find the first one. Sue, you put this over as Sue.e. Is Sue.e got a last name, or is it got an ending of a track? Tell me about it.
Well, so it's like Sweet Sue. Oh, sorry.
Sweet Sue.
Sweet Sue, yeah. It's honestly kind of like a lighthearted track. I don't know. The best way to put it is, big girls need love too.
It's about a bigger woman.
It is.
Plus size.
It's about a bigger woman. I like that.
That treats you right. It's not all about.
He's in love.
Treats you right. I tell you what. For all the plus size ladies out there, it's not a dig. I think it's for those that can give you a massive, great big cuddle, and whether you are a plus size lady or a size 10 lady, if you could give a good cuddle to us blokes, we need it. And you care for us and look after us. I think that's what Sweet Sue is all about, to be honest. Someone who can look after us blokes, because we need looking after as well.
Absolutely. That's exactly. You nailed it. You nailed it better.
I nailed it. Fantastic. I'm glad I nailed it for you. Well, I'm going to play that track, and then after that track, we are going to go on to Autism Speaks, find out a bit about their charity as we are learning this week, and then we will get on and find out how Parker's been doing with those festivals. And there's been a lot. Yeah, I've been looking at all of the Facebook posts. There's been a lot of festivals to talk about right after Sweet Sue. Here it comes.
She about 5'3", 300 pounds. She might not be every man cup of tea, but that fat bottom woman made a man out of me. She got a jiggle like jelly, sweet like jam. She put mustard on biscuits, bologna and ham. She put ketchup on eggs while she cusses a stone. She like to butter her bread, she like cream in the corn with. My, she my baby. I'm the mashed potato, she my gravy. My, she my honey. I'm too broke for her to love me for money. Good love, and always aiming to please. And mac and cheese me up. She's all I want, she's all I need. My baby built for comfort, she ain't built for speed. She like to sit in the house, she like to go to the fair, she like to swing on the porch with a bun in her hair. She like to stay in the car when we go to the store. She like to shuffle them feet across that old wood floor. She like good fried chicken while she kicking up dust. Like to go to big pickets, hunt for ducks. She's my sweet little baby, have a good time. Make a mean peach cobbler, apple pie, moonshine with my, she my baby. I'm the mashed potato, she my gravy. My, she my honey. I'm too broke for her to love me for money. Good love, and always aiming to please. Got mac and cheese in me she ain't built for speed. She my baby, I'm the mashed potato, she my gravy. My, she my honey, I'm too broke for her to love me for money. Good love, and always aiming to please. Got mac and cheese me up. She's all I want, she's all I need. My baby built for comfort, she ain't built for speed.
I was just letting it fade out there. Absolutely great track. I've just got one line in there that I've got to clarify. For the females who are going to bounce on Parker and say about that they being referred to as a bit of gravy, where did that line come from?
It just sounded good.
It sounded good at the time.
I'm the mashed potato, you know.
I'm the mashed potato and you're my gravy. There's that comedy side coming out.
Yeah. Mashed potatoes always better with gravy. We're in the South
everything
here.
better with gravy.
Yeah, we like
Reminds you of mashed potato gravy. Do you know what? Absolutely great lyrics. And there's a little bit of comedy in there. And you can listen to the lyrics. You must have had a bit of fun writing that track.
I did. It almost, we were just having fun with it. We almost, it started out as a rebuttal to, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Oliver Anthony over there in the UK, but it was a guy that kind of went viral for like a controversial song over here, and he got really famous off of like phone recordings and stuff. But and nothing against him or anything, but he had like a line that everybody.
What's the name of the song?
It's called Richmond, north of Richmond.
Okay.
Richmond, Virginia, and North Carolina in USA is what he's talking about. But there's a line where he says, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, the taxes shouldn't pay for your bags of fudge rounds, which are like, like a treat here. And right, so I start off the line with "My sweet baby likes fudge rounds."
This is in defense of.
I like that, and all the ladies will love you for that. I don't know about the gravy line, but they'll love you for the fact that they're my sweet baby. You've got them on that and the sweet rolls. Anyway, let's get off that one. Great song, absolutely great song.
Quick,
and please download it.
Those great guitar licks on there.
Yeah, there is some great guitar.
We got to give Rob Williams credit for the drums on that one. So that's me and Parker and Rob Williams on that track. So
fantastic. Great track as well. Brilliant. How's the downloads going? Is it going well?
It's going okay. Here and there.
It's going okay. Where's it picking up? Where's it picking up most? Is it picking up most in America, or is it like me when I look at my Spotify plays in the morning and most of my plays are in Japan? God knows how my music travels over there, but I always look in the morning because it always makes me laugh because I'm thinking, where is it today? Are we going to the UK? No one's listening to it, but yes, they're still listening in Japan. Where's this song going? Where do they both listen to it the most? Have you checked it out?
In the US, yeah. No, I don't have
any. US, that's okay. Fantastic.
Maybe I will.
Yeah, look at it out in the morning. I do it every morning because it just makes me giggle because I just think, how does it travel over and how are they listening to my music over in Japan or, Milwaukee or I don't know. They just seem to go everywhere. That's what I love about Spotify. It sort of like travels Anyway, guys, we are going to have a look at our Autism Speaks, everybody. Yes, it's down there. Seems like Tuesday have put this up for us for the month, okay? So for all those who are connected to autism or got any connections to autism, guys, is there anyone in your family or friends or relatives got anything to do with autism or ADHD or Asperger's or any of those connecting disabilities?
Absolutely. Yeah. Me. Several folks.
There you go. You didn't know that one, did you, everybody?
Yeah, I definitely am ADHD, and I've never got tested for autism or Asperger's, but there's probably I've got some comorbidities, as they say, from ADHD. But I found in the music community that it's a large part of it. So we. Especially, the more I meet people, the more we all have some of that in common, which I think that's what, music helps us focus and
definitely
be in tune. It forms our brain better, so I think it's just kind of a part of the music community, honestly.
And do you know what I like about the music industry is whether you have a neurodiversity or not, you're accepted because you're accepted for the music that you produce. And I think more people who come from neurodiverse backgrounds need to learn that more. And the fact that actually there's a lot of singers out there who are very, very talented. And whether that's if that's a physical disability or whether that's a learning disability, the music industry welcomes you with open arms. And I think we've seen that even more so on TV with Britain's Got Talent and America's Got Talent, and the amount of disabled artists who have been welcomed, and been part of that community. And we have some great artists, and thank you, Parker. I appreciate that you're actually putting that across to people because I think it's really important. In the Academy, we do have a artist who is a multi-award winner, and she is ready and waiting for your applications to work alongside her and show you that whatever life throws at you in terms of neurodiversity, you can become an award winner at multiple levels in songwriting and singing and producing. Okay, so Lady Miranda, is waiting for you in the Academy. Okay, you can work alongside Miranda this week. I don't know what film it was. There's a film that used to say, for free. And every single time it's something like a storybook with Adam Sandler. And I can't remember it was because every time I say for free, I keep remembering that film. I'll remember it later on today. But anyway, Miranda's doing that for free this week. So if there's any neurodivergent, singer-songwriters or artists who, actually the music industry won't accept me, they will accept you and they will support you and help you. And Miranda is there for you, okay, for this week only. So, guys, we are going to go to Autism Speaks. We're going to have a little bit of a video. Let's bring it to the stage, everybody. And what's the video about tonight? It is take a look back at the amazing things that Autism Speaks has accomplished over 2024. I think I bought this because basically I had an artist say to me, that like any charity, sometimes things have not been great or sometimes things have been good for this charity. And what I wanted to do was just have a look about what these have been doing over the past year, because what is difficult for any charity is keeping funding, keeping support, all of the new programs that are needed to help families, are always supported, whether that's financially, whether that's by people. Everybody struggles in the charity world, whether you even do get lots of funding, there's still times to struggle and everybody does need your help. So let's have a look how Autism Speaks has been doing over the past year, shall we?
This is our pledge to foster a world where understanding and acceptance are given freely to all.
We hold a firm commitment to a vision where everyone with autism can reach their full potential. In this world, everyone has the right to access information and resources free from geographical or societal restrictions. Here, individuals with autism and their loved ones receive support through all of life's phases. This is the world where acceptance of autistic individuals goes beyond mere awareness to become the norm. Meanwhile, the CDC updated its autism statistics, revealing that now 1 in 36 children in the U.S. are diagnosed with autism, and for the first time, they noted that 26.7% of individuals on the spectrum experience profound autism.
This new data has only deepened our commitment, ensuring that everyone on the spectrum gets the chance to lead their best lives.
We joined forces with autistic leaders and community members to tackle damaging misinformation, connecting with our 3 million strong social media community through videos, podcasts, and discussions to share accurate and supportive content. We've also launched new initiatives to boost autistic voices in research, ensuring they have a say in the studies that affect their lives. We've been vocal advocates for autism research and services, ensuring that transformative projects and grants reach those on the spectrum everywhere, bringing life-changing opportunities that recognize no bounds. This year, we've touched the lives of more than 1.2 million individuals by providing free resources and support, reaching out directly to nearly 60,000 who needed that one-on-one connection. We've expanded our resource directory to include over 500,000 service providers, helping over 400,000 people this year alone. We've also made it possible for over 300,000 families to take the crucial first steps towards a diagnosis with our online screening tool. Thanks to our dedicated partners, volunteers, and team, we've been able to inspire and fundraise in new, impactful ways. It's your support that empowers our mission and makes all this possible. This year, we were thrilled to be recognized as one of the top nonprofits to work for and celebrated as an inclusive workplace. These honors reflect our ongoing commitment to diversity and financial accountability. Together, as Autism Speaks and as a caring community, we continue to push for a world that embraces every aspect of the autism spectrum. Thank you for standing with us, for believing in our vision, and for helping us work towards a better future for everyone in our community.
All I can say is absolutely wow, wow, wow. 2024 was a year for Autism Speaks. What an amazing thing that you are doing for so many people over in America. Do you know what? I'm proud to be representing you this month. I really am. So many smiles, so many happy people, so much support. And the fact that you are also doing like the music industry, collaborating together with all those services to build an absolute empire of a charitable support cause for autistic people. Did you think that they were that big? Had you heard of them, you two, before it was brought to the show?
No, not before the show, but I definitely didn't know that all that had gone on in a year or so. But
wow,
definitely
research, support. Wow. I'm blown away. Actually, I'm really blown away. There's so many autistic charities out there. But I'm blown away by the scale and the size of this charity, but how they've actually managed to partner with some quite major companies who are actually giving back to their community and giving back to autism. You saw the list of them on that, on that little highlight reel, and it was really heartwarming for all those companies to team up in America. And actually, do you know what? UK, you need to look at this video, okay? Because there's so many charities in the UK who are begging for money, who are begging for staff, who are begging for support. And, if I showed this to the Prime Minister tomorrow, I think he'd be quite actually scratching his head thinking, well, why don't our companies, support, charities in the way that one charity has managed to do it? That's absolutely amazing. Well done, Autism Speaks, and well done for all you who continue to give the money and continue to give the support to actually make them to be in the company that they are. And I do like the fact that they also use autistic adults, autistic children, autistic family in their research, but also in their podcasts, and in their interviews, and everything that they do on their day-to-day life, because I think that's really important. Parker, for yourself, having sort of and admitting about having ADHD, I think it's really important that those messages come from you as an artist and you going through those, industry, as an artist. Would you say that having ADHD yourself, would you say the music industry's been kind to you? Has it been good to you, or has it been made things a lot harder?
No, it's the best, honestly, because it's like you said, it's everything has its different sides, but for the most part, the music community is very accepting, right? It's about music. It's not about anything else,
Brilliant.
And I also, with the songwriter showcase and the jam nights and things like that, where, it's become like a family, because it's so welcome. So, we start calling it the Jam Fam, and and everybody can feel a part of that, right? It's not just about us because we host it. It's about anybody that comes out and is a part of it, and everyone's welcome. We even kind of wrote a little theme song that we play at each jam, and it's the theme is welcome, welcome to the jam, just
Welcome to the jam. I like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what, Jason, I'm going to throw one at you because there was a really interesting discussion in the International Singer-Songwriters this week about AI. Is it accepting in the world of the music industry as we move into a new generation where AI almost has taken over being perfect in the music industry? That was something that I read this week, and I was thinking, you're never going to get to a point where it takes over natural talent. A robot cannot be a producer, and a robot cannot produce number one hits like the Beatles. We're nowhere near that yet. Yeah. But AI was quite interesting, for disabled people who are songwriters. Yes, it gives us a way in which we can help produce better lyrics or better ideas because it gives us prompts, but it should never be used as a complete set. But for a producer, how are you finding this new technical world? Are you still going back to the original musicians and saying, I need your guitar, not an AI?
Well, it's funny you brought that up.
It's a perfect question for him, actually.
I was actually thinking about that earlier.
I just didn't want him falling asleep on me because he was in the background having a coffee,
When we were talking about the, singer-songwriter and jam nights earlier, that's something a lot of folks now, they think I can go on this AI site and say, write a song that sounds like Johnny Cash and Metallica and make it about, rainbows and unicorns or whatever. And it'll write something for you. But, that's not artistry, So to be an artist is, or even to enjoy art, being an artist might be a little too, we got to be careful about that. But, to participate in the arts is something that makes us human, and to remain human, we need to do it as humans, and being able to go, and share that with other people and learning that skill. And I think it's growing. I've been around a long time. I haven't seen the community like this, ever. I don't think, as far as what's going on in the surrounding areas with people. For a while, karaoke did kind of take over a lot of that stuff. And now it seems like songwriter nights and jam nights are becoming more prevalent, at least in our area. So I'll say this about it's a technology and it's a tool, but it's not the imagination is something that people have that AI will never have. So as long as you're being creative, and you can use the tools of technology to help reach your vision, but it can't create that vision for you. And when it does, it's never good.
That's when AI music first come out. As an artist, I was asked to review an app through AI, and I was asked to give my honest feedback. And I sort of said, you're never going to produce that guitar riff in the way in which an artist actually plays his guitar at the end of a solo. However hard you try and put that together, it is never going to happen because, we know that guitarists love that moment when they're allowed to be free on stage and it's their final solo. They break into whatever the song goes into and they almost make it up as they go along. You're not going to have an AI robot who's going to be able to do that for us. It's just going to be the same riff all the way through, So I think we're a long way off still. And it was interesting. I just wanted to hear your facts on it because I saw that what Tammany put up the other day, and I thought, yeah, that's a definite topic of conversation, especially when I speak to a producer next, in terms of, where we're going with AI. But anyway, away from the AI subject, let's go on to the festivals that you've been doing since we've been last together, and also sort of the outings that you've been going into the pubs and clubs and wherever you've been playing. Can you give us a few examples of what you've been up to this year and which ones have been your favorites? Have you been anywhere which is like, got to go back there?
Honestly, there's a lot of those to name. My home base is still kind of at Lincoln Social in Lincolnton, North Carolina. They own another venue in Marion, North Carolina. It's called the Spillway. It's an awesome setup. Got a nice stage, in-house system. I recently opened up for a band called Chicago Rewired at a place in Lincolnton again called Brick Tree Brewing that, they do a really good outside concert series with like a whole stage and lights and food trucks and all that good stuff. I actually was fortunate enough to be featured on the front page of our local newspaper, just kind of
Cool.
Talking about, and it wasn't all about me. It's more about like, the community and how we're just kind of, I'm trying to create more of a community and things like that. We've been working on a lot of stuff. I'm kind of still doing all my booking myself. So, I'm kind of working on branching out, not doing as much of that. And honestly, I want to, spread my wings a little bit. But I will be playing at the largest venue I've ever played at. It's called Amos's South End in Charlotte, North Carolina. And it's actually for a real good cause. There was a guy that I knew personally that booked a lot of bands in this area, a lot of regional acts. Actually, brought Jelly Roll through one time through here, booked through him. And unfortunately, he was, murdered senselessly. And we haven't found the culprit yet. So we're having a big benefit on June 29th for Brad Brady at the Amos's South End in Charlotte. It'll be 20 different artists as well, and it's free entry, but donations are definitely welcome to help find.
Fantastic. I'm so sorry to hear that, from the bottom of Team One Live's heart. It's a very difficult time when you put a benefit concert together. When we put charity concerts, but benefit concerts, I did one last year when my producer passed away at the tender age of like 25 years old because the world was too much for him, and it is hard when we do benefit concerts, and but that actually does show the power of music once again in terms of, artists basically collaborating together through such a tragic story, like that. Please, 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 for all those who are supporting that, please get those tickets out. Please get the information out. If anyone from One Life can help you support with that, benefit gig, please let me know, Parker, how we can help you in terms of getting that out to people, making sure that people turn up, making sure that people are there to support it. And what a great night that will be, because actually you are there to honor what's happened to him. And hopefully we get some good news, or we get some news. Do we know what the latest is?
No, I don't. Honestly, I don't want to pry into it too much.
Yeah.
He was a really great guy. I mean, I never heard anybody say a bad word about him.
That's good.
So
That's
I was
good.
happy.
Do you know what? That's good, and I'm glad you put it that way, because you're going to have 20 great singers and bands all going to be there together celebrating for him, and it's going to be a great night. That's going to be the best thing. It's going to be a great night, and that's what's going to be most appreciated. And all those families and friends and things like that are going to be really thankful for you all getting together for that night. But Team One Life, we will support you in the best way we can, and we would hope that you could share that with us as well, because that was going to be an absolute rocking night. So go through those list of 20. Is there anyone that people would know? Is there people who have signed up to it that people would know, or what's the sort of combination of music like?
It's such a large list. I'd have to look at it to see who all was on there. I couldn't just spout it off from the top of my head.
Is it what sort of music and what people are going to look forward to when they come? You know, is there a mix of music?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty eclectic. There'll be everything from rock to country, you know, alternative and stuff like that in there. But before we go too far, I just wanted to say, you know, speaking about your friend, you know, everybody check on your friends. Say it, call them, say hello. Even if they're smiling, check on them. You know?
Yeah, and also all the fans out there, you know, and all the family of our singers and artists who go out every weekend, you know, we are all human beings. We're all normal people, okay? We will talk to you. We will chat to you after a gig. We will answer our emails the best we can. Yes, we're all very, very busy. But please do, you know, give us a phone, give us an email, talk to us, come and have a chat with us. You know, at the end of the day, we want to be there for people. There's too many people in the music industry feel as though they're alone, feel as though they're lost, or, you know, get to a point in the music industry where they've given up and, you know, they really think things aren't working out for them. But actually, we're changing that as musicians now. We are there for you. You know, in the academy, we have a dedicated health and well-being officer, you know, in Tim Steinrock, of all people, you know, and at the end of the day, people are there for each other. And I think that's really important. So, Parker, well done for bringing that up, because I think that's really important. We are there for everybody, you know, at the end of the day. So, Parker,
can I add something? You know, I'm Team Parker here. And we've been working together for a few years now. And so, you know, basically, if you're in Western North Carolina or in the area of Western North Carolina, this guy's going to be playing. And since he started doing this seriously, you know, several years back, I've seen him go from, you know, playing once or twice a month to 3 or 4 plus nights every week, you know. So he's out there doing his thing, you know, and I've done the same thing throughout my years. I know how difficult it is. I know how, you know, to keep going is just, you know, you got to have a drive and a dedication, and you have to love the music more than anything, I think, and love sharing that with people, and that's what keeps you out there. And then whatever rewards may come for that, I'm pretty sure that's the way he feels about it, and that's the way I feel about it. You know, we do it for the music first, and anybody that can hear it and it touches them, then that's what we're looking for, connection, you know. And from that, you know, whatever come what may, you know, that's the life of a blues man, right?
Definitely. I totally agree with that. And I'm glad you say it in that way, because music does come first. I say that to my students every time I'm teaching them, and I'll be saying that to my new student tomorrow. You know, when you ask young people about their thoughts for the music future, you often see, you know, fame and fortune and playing world tours and things like that. And I'm going to be saying straight away, it is about the music. It is about what you're going to bring to the audience, what you're going to bring to yourself, you know. And that,
you know, there's no shortcuts. You gotta go through every part of it. So yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so we are going to go on to your next track, because actually it's quite well fitting in with this particular subject. Get Out and Don't Go. Get Out and Don't Go where, Parker? Where were we going when you wrote it?
So, you know, it's specifically about relationships and, you know, being in love with a girl that, you know, maybe it's not working out the way you thought. And there's definitely times where you feel like it should be over, but you're not ready to let go, you know. So
how many times have we all done that as men? How many times have we said, get out the house, it's over? And as they walk out to that door, you slam it. Say, hang on a minute, I wasn't, you know, hang on. Is the dinner cooked? Is the bed made?
Wait, I don't know. I forgot where my keys are.
That's it, yeah. I honestly didn't mean what I said. As you're going out the door, I didn't mean it. I like the song. I love the lyrics. I've heard this song, everybody. It's an absolute smasher by Parker again. Okay, I hope you enjoy it just as much as I did, everyone.
but don't go. Shut up and say something, babe. I don't know. I want you to tell me everything. But it's so hard. It's been crying over you, and I've been feeling like dying. This old soul lost its way somehow. Watching you go, watching you take your bow. Oh, get out and don't go. Shut up and say something, babe. I don't want to know. I want you to tell me everything. I get out and don't go. I can't live without you. You make me sick and you make me smile. Get up and sit on the stage for a while and do everything that you do. You're my favorite song, the one about broken dreams, when nothing is what it seems, but I still know the melody under the mellow night. I hang my head and cry. I know I wanted to leave. Oh no, I can't think of any reason why. Get out but don't go. Shut up and say something, babe. I don't know. I want you to tell me everything. Get out but don't go. Can't live without you. You make me sick and you make me smile. Get up and sit on the stage just a while and love everything that you do. So hard. It's been crying over you.
Oh, it's such a sweet ending to that one, isn't it? This old heart's been crying. Don't go. It's that beg at the door moment, isn't it? Is it you've lost all the will to live because he's definitely got her suitcases packed, and every male is the same way, isn't they? We're on our knees, like, don't go. I didn't mean anything I said.
Yeah, the theme is definitely confused. It's like, there's the feeling when I wrote that one.
I love it. Great song, guys. Absolutely great song. Really have enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Contrary. You might be a contrary.
Definitely. Definitely. Right, guys. So it is time. It is 53 minutes into the show. So it's that time of the night where we empty your pockets as artists because we love to give your money over to the charities. Okay. So it's not an expensive thing to do because we keep it nice and low. But actually, it's the end of the day. It's entirely up to you what you give to the charity, but we like to make it a little bit fun. So if you are listening this evening and you want to join in, remember the rules of the game. If you are not as good as our artists, okay, and you get a lower score, that means you have to put in double, okay? So the rules of the game is our artists are charged at $2 each, okay, for every question that they get wrong. There is 10 questions this evening on our mystery wheel, which Vanessa Carter, my lovely fiance, put together for us. So if you look at the categories, you think they look strange. AJ, did you do that? No, I didn't. It was Vanessa. Okay, so we are going to spin the wheel. We don't know what we're going to get. Last night we got general knowledge and we was all completely useless. We all lost our money. But we're going to give it a spin and see what goes on. Okay, so let's go. We have got 80s music, movie soundtracks, 90s music, year 2000 music, music to drive to, music to play at a wedding, pub quizzes, general knowledge, fashion, talent show winners, landmarks quiz, and music songs that have country in them. Okay. So just to go back to a bit about in terms of talent show, I forgot to mention, Parker, congratulations for Hitmaker. How's that going?
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Was it America's Next Hitmaker? There was something on your Facebook. Is it going okay? Are you number one yet?
I was in second last time I looked, but it's just the first cut, so I think I'll make the top 20. But I could use
that. Sounds good. Everyone, vote for Parker Thomas, please. He needs your votes. Okay, I remember that. I was going to bring it up, but then I've just looked at my program notes. I thought, I've got to mention that. Right, okay, let's see what it is tonight. Come on, what are we going into? Ooh, pub quiz. Pub music quiz. I like.
Oh, pub music. I thought I said pub.
It is pub music quiz, but you know, when you go to a pub, it depends on what pub you go to. They all have different music. So I'm going to do a good old-fashioned pub quiz, okay? Because I don't know about you, where you are in Ohio, when you go to a bar, there's always a quiz machine in the corner, and it's always really addictive.
Oh,
Is that right for you too? Do you go when you go into sort of pubs and clubs and things like that? Is there a quiz machine somewhere?
Yeah,
sometimes they do.
It depends.
Do you ever go on them?
Gambling ones, you know, they let them gamble in there sometimes.
They let them gamble in there.
Yeah, no gambling.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, well, let's see if YouTube's kind to us tonight and see if we can find one. Okay, so we're going to go for. I'll tell you what. Let's go for an American pub quiz.
Yeah,
I think most of it was UK last time. So okay, USA pub.
American South pub quiz.
USA pub quiz. Okay, USA quiz, 50 questions. No. USA quiz. The pub quiz. Oh, okay. Mixed general knowledge. Okay. Mixed trivia, pub quiz, multiple answers.
Might have to call it a bar for America.
Exactly, yeah. Fun trivia quiz to help challenge you. I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to look up and go back to this one. Okay, Jay's virtual pub quiz, because that one's around the USA. There you go, we'll use this one.
I feel like we're going to fail.
We got this.
I go to Irish pub. It's the only pubs
you go to Irish pub. I like that. Okay, so let's stop the screen on this one. I have found us one. Go on.
Go
I have found us one. Honest. Okay, here you go.
Okay, here we go.
We're gonna skip KOM.
High quality nutrition for your cat's lifelong well-being. Developed with Prine events. Promotes digestion.
Yeah. Okay, look. As we don't have any sponsors, okay, we can't pay YouTube to come off the adverts, okay? So if anyone wants to sponsor the show and stop seeing the adverts, please get in contact with me, okay? Because I'm fed up with seeing the adverts every time we do this. Anyway, this is a USA quiz. Let's go back to it, okay? Virtual pub quiz for the USA, okay? Specialist round USA. Let's see. So $2 every time you get one wrong.
Welcome to the Virtual Pub Quiz channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jay. I'm the host of the Thursday night and Saturday night big.
Hang on a minute. I've got to say one thing, you two. If you two went into a pub and he was doing a pub quiz, would you stay?
Maybe. If it was an Irish pub.
I love the Captain America theme going on here.
Virtual pub quiz that we do live here on this channel. We also dropped these specialist quizzes. Today, it's all about America. Been asked one of the biggest things that I see comments and asked in the inbox, you know, can you try and make the quiz a bit broader for everyone? And I'm trying the best I can.
One thing I would say, it would help if we had an American presenting it. I think he's not American, is he? I think he's English, isn't he?
You're right. You're right.
But what we do is occasionally we come up with a specialist quiz that will cater for everyone. So questions about America today. It's something that, you know, if you're not sure, maybe still have a go, and potentially you can you might pick something up if you don't know. So I try to make it, you know, again, as we always do with the specialist quizzes, a bit challenging, but hopefully maybe you'll learn something that you didn't know before.
If anyone wants a good book or a good cup of tea, you know, I think the time's now to go into it. Seriously, mate. Come on. Get into the quiz.
US state.
Okay, here we go.
So Hollywood is in which US state?
Okay, everybody. Hollywood is in which US state, everybody?
Do we answer?
Are we supposed to blurt it out, or do we wait?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to do what I did the other night, as there's three of us. I'm going to ask James, can you answer this one first?
I think we're going to do good after all. After all this season, we'll be fine.
And then I'll ask Parker.
All right, he's asking
my turn?
Yeah.
It's California.
Yeah, go on then, Parker. Go on, you go then.
California.
California.
Let's see if he knows. I don't know what he's waiting for. Is he waiting for a fly or something?
Number 2. What day?
He didn't actually tell us the answer.
Do that at the end,
So
maybe.
which day of the week is Thanksgiving held?
Okay.
Okay, which day of the week is Thanksgiving held? Hopefully you're going to give us the answer this time, mate, or we've got to wait till the end of the 10 minutes. Seriously.
Do you know that one? Do you know that one?
Which day is Thanksgiving held? I think it's somewhere, it's normally,
Yeah.
is it at the beginning of December? Because I remember my sister used to do Thanksgiving in sort of beginning of December, then we used to have turkey for the whole of the month.
Close.
And that's probably the reason as far as I am.
You're close.
Well, and he also is asking the day of the week that it's normally held on. So it's normally a Thursday.
It's normally a Thursday, and normally about what date?
November.
I think it's like
I think
the
the
last
Thursday of November is what it is.
Last Thursday, November. Is he going to tell us, or is he going to leave it to the end?
I don't know.
This must be the worst quiz.
Hey, we can guarantee you it's a Thursday and it's in November.
And there,
sure.
and there will be
How many
great.
federal holidays are there in America?
Nice
You know what? I'm glad I've picked this quiz out of a random because this is the worst quiz YouTube have ever put up. I'm sorry. You know, he's not even giving us the answers. We've got to wait 24 hours for him to deliver on his next post what the answer's going to be.
I assure you were right.
Okay. So do you two know the answer to that one?
That was it.
Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday. We'll just take it as Thursday because he's not going to tell us, is he?
How many federal holidays are there in America?
Oh, that's right.
How many federal holidays are there in America?
You should know. He's a teacher, so he should probably know.
Yeah, that's
this.
very specific. Let's think about it. We got federal. Is Christmas a federal holiday?
I guess anything you get off for
Okay,
at school. What do you
Thanksgiving,
got?
Memorial Day.
This is actually comedy gold, this is. It really is comedy gold. We're just having a general conversation. Let's see what he comes up with next.
I'm going to say 7.
Question 4. Who is the current vice president?
Okay. Know
That's easy.
Well, this was done in 2021, so I don't think it's a current vice president.
Well, that was Kamala Harris.
Yeah. But current,
Yeah.
JD Vance now, Kamala Harris.
JD Vance now, yeah,
Who is
everybody.
the current vice president?
Has he actually got any subscribers?
Maybe not.
He's got 115 likes.
Hey, there you go. That's more than I get.
Question 5. The Will Rogers Highway is also known by which other name?
Will Rogers.
I've heard of that. Maybe, but I don't know.
That's all there.
The Will Rogers Highway is known by which other name?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna
Do
guess.
you know that one?
I'm gonna guess Route 66.
Route 66. I'm gonna go with Area 50. I'm gonna go with Area 51.
I have to make a confession. Though. I thought the questions were going to be about pubs. Like I don't know.
I did too. I did too.
Like, what do I know about a pub? I'm going to fail at this. But now,
Okay, well, the clue's in the title. It says a virtual pub quiz. I don't know what pub he goes to, but I'll tell you what, I'm not drinking there. You know?
it's just a quiz that's in a pub. I get it now.
One of the comments it says is you've really done well in this quiz. You seem exhausted, you poor thing. I think he's like fallen asleep after question 3.
That's funny.
Come on, mate, get into it. You can do it. Cheer it up.
Where did his face go? Oh, there he is.
Look, he's gone. He's gone completely.
Question 6.
Question
Which
6.
state is known as the gambling and entertainment capital of the USA?
Which state is the gambling and entertainment state of the USA?
Nevada, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas,
Nevada
definitely.
is the state, yeah. Las
So
Vegas.
which state is known as the gambling and entertainment capital of the USA?
Yeah, Nevada.
That's right. That's right.
How does he keep such a straight face? That's what I want to know. I'll be
can't
killing
tell.
myself laughing.
I can't tell if the
Question
screen
7.
says
In which
it.
year was the first Baseball World Series played?
Huh. Oh, that's a good.
Which year was the Baseball World Series played?
I'm gonna guess 1901. I don't know.
I'm going to guess 1913.
1901.
1913 is my guess.
1913.
Yeah.
Let's see what he says next.
Will he give us the answer?
So in which year was the first Baseball World Series played?
You've already asked us that.
That's
I love the toy cars in the background.
Number 8. Including the year, what was the date of American independence?
Oh, including the year, what was the date of American independence?
There we go.
July 4th, 1776.
That's right. That's right.
It's the best film come out of America, Independence Day. I absolutely love that film with Will Smith.
Including the year, what was the name? What was the date of American independence?
He's got a cracker smile soon, didn't he? He really has got a cracker smile. Come on, mate, you can do it.
Boo.
Number 9. Which statue stands at 93 meters tall and represents the Roman goddess of freedom?
Okay, that's going to be the Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty.
That's got to be the Statue of Liberty.
Even though it totally looks like a dude if you really look at it.
What, you go right up to it.
Statue that stands at
I've noticed
93
it
meters
Has
tall
an Adam's apple.
and represents the Roman goddess of freedom.
It's the best quiz I've ever done. It's great.
And finally, question 10. Walt Disney World, Orlando, is in which state?
Walt Disney World in Orlando is in what state,
Florida.
everyone?
Florida. I could see how this would be hard for somebody in the UK.
Yeah, we would. If this
Florida.
was the UK, if this was the pub, the
Walt
Europe,
Disney World, Orlando.
It would be a lot harder if it was
which
the UK.
State.
Yeah. Florida.
Right, I tell you what, does he right at the end of it?
Explaining complex
Does he
topics
actually
can be
go?
challenging.
I'm
Highlight
going
the
up
text you
to
want
the
to
end to
simplify
see if
and
he
let
gives us the
Grammarly
answers.
rewrite it.
Yeah. Let's
Grammarly.
As Route 66.
It would take. It might take.
4th of July,
Yeah, there you go.
1770.
Hang on, it says the answers. Hang on.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Well, at least
Wait, there you go. Hang on, let's get to the answers, everyone. Here we go. The answers for our questions are.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So, let's give you the answers then for your 10 questions.
He's
on
smiling
America.
now, look.
So we started with
He's got
question
towards
number
you.
1. Hollywood is in which state? It's in California.
get right.
Woo!
Well, we got that one.
So Hollywood is in California.
He's smiling. Well done, mate.
He's ready for those
He's
answers.
proud of these answers. He's proud.
Question 2. What day of the week is Thanksgiving held? It's
Thursday.
held on a Thursday. It's the 4th Thursday in November.
Fourth Thursday.
It would be the
With lots
last
of
one.
gravy.
Number 3.
Oh,
How
nice
many
big
federal holidays are there in America?
Yes,
Well, there are 10.
10.
Similar
10.
to our bank
You got
holidays.
that one
So
wrong.
there's 10 of those in total.
2 out of 3.
That's a tough one.
Who is the current vice president? Well, that would be Mike Pence.
Oh, in 2000.
No, it's not. It's JD Vance. You got it wrong, mate. We're going to
Yeah.
question you on that
in
one.
2001, it was
Number
definitely
5, the Will Rogers Highway is also known by which other name? It's known as Route 66.
Hey, I did good.
Good job. Good job.
Route 66.
Get your kicks. A song about that.
So we got
Great song about that.
We got
We like
4.
that song.
Question 6. Which state is known as the gambling and entertainment capital of the USA? It's Nevada.
5, 6.
Ding ding.
Where's he looking at when he goes through his questions?
Question 7. In which year was the first Baseball World Series played? It's 1903.
Oh, I was close. I said 01.
Oh,
You was close, very close.
answer.
We got 6 of 8.
Number 8. Including the year, what was the date of American independence? It was the 4th of July, 1776.
He's having to check his books there, isn't he? He's like, have I got that one right or not?
Sure.
Number 9. Which statue stands at 93 meters tall and represents the Roman goddess of freedom? It's the Statue of Liberty.
I'd written it down as Donald Trump.
And finally, number 10. Walt Disney World Orlando is in which state? It is in Florida.
Hey. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to write to him. I'm going to actually ask him to be a quiz host for One Life because everybody would leave.
That'd be good.
You have to
I think we should find out who this bloke is and get him on the show and get him to do a song for everybody.
A specialist. He's a specialist.
That's funny.
Oh, dear. I tell you what, we've all been into that pub where the quiz host is like that. There's always one, isn't there? And like you feel as though every question is being like said about like a snail. Well, welcome to the show, everybody. We would like to introduce you to the quiz tonight. If you'd like to take part, you can have a pen and a bar. Only like, that's it, I'm gone. Absolutely gone. Thanks, mate, for bringing us such a great quiz. We won't be choosing you again. How did you get on, you two? How many did you get right?
We got
8.
We missed 2.
We missed 2.
You missed 2, so that's so that's $2. $8. God dear, Autism Speaks isn't going to be very rich tonight, okay? But you can still donate whatever you please. I'll put the link at the end of the show. Right, we are over our time this evening. We are 1 hour, 11 minutes. It's been a great show. Really enjoyed ourselves. So can I just ask Parker and Jason, is there anyone out there you want to say a special thank you and also where they can continue to hear your great music?
Oh, well, I mean, while he's here, I definitely want to thank him for, all he does and helping me, especially mold songs and really express myself the way I want to. Rob Williams for playing on all the tracks. Devontae Thomas, Austin Arditi for being my jam fam. And, my mom, hey mom. And then you can, on all streaming platforms, you can find Parker Thomas, and on social media it's Parker Thomas Music on pretty much everything. On Instagram it's parkerthomas.music. Yeah.
So I gotta thank my family who puts up with me spending way too much time out here in the studio at the house. And to find the music, you can go to Helter Shelter Music on Facebook or .com. Either one, you can find a bunch of music as far as things that we've done here and things that we're going to continue to do here gets released there. I won't plug any more of my stuff because I'm here for Parker. So
but I will. He's got like seven bands and stuff out there. He's been around a long time. He actually recorded with Johnny Neal before, of Leonard Skinner fame, and Jason Davis Band, Fred's, Jonas Ridge. Go check out.
Well, guys. You are going to have a fun rest of the year. You're a great couple of guys, and it's great to see that you're collaborating together. You've really, really enjoyed the show today. It's been absolutely fun. I've really enjoyed spending time with you. Well, I'm going to have to wrap things up because we are back to the academy tomorrow. Okay, our students are waiting for our tutors. Okay, so we are off One Life tomorrow night because we're going to spend some time with our students. While I'm thinking of this, I'm going to ask a special favour from my friend Parker here. You've had me a thinking all day. Do you know what? Parker, would you like to be part of One Life in terms of our academy? And would you be able to get us all together every now and again for a bit of a, jam night or a bit of a night together for musicians? Should we put something like that on for the academy? Because I think, they're all working really, really hard. They're all trying to find out what their dreams are, and they just want to be them. Boys will be boys and girls will be girls. So I reckon, Parker, I should get you to come over to the academy, meet the guys, and actually every now and again, let's have a bit of a jam night and let's enjoy music, shall we?
I'd love that. Cool.
There you go. Brilliant. Okay, I'll get after you after the show, okay? And also we'll sort that out. I just want to say a special thank you to everybody who's joined us this week. We are going to take a day's break and then we'll be back on live on with the shows. Make sure you follow Autism Speaks. Make sure you support them and go to their website and donate, okay? Nice to see everybody. We will see you again very soon. This is AJ signing out and also Jason and Parker signing out too. Good night, everyone.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
See ya.